Welcome back to AI for the Humanities. I'm Megan McInnes Dominguez, Associate Professor of Spanish at the University of Delaware, and this channel is your go-to resource for exploring the intersection of AI and humanities education. Whether you're an educator, researcher, or student, we're here to dive into the latest AI models and how they can enhance rather than replace humanistic inquiry. Today, I'm thrilled to introduce Victoria Pizzurro, one of our interns in the AI for the Humanities internship program. Victoria has been exploring Meta's Llama models, specifically Llama 3.2, a lightweight, multimodal version designed for accessibility and versatility. While many AI discussions focus on large, high-powered models, Victoria will show us how to use this more adaptable version and how it can be downloaded and used locally, making it a practical tool for research, language studies, and interdisciplinary humanities projects. She'll take us through how to access and set up Llama 3.2 on different platforms, including Hugging Face and Meta AI, how this model can assist with essay writing, research, and multimodal analysis, whether you're summarizing a scholarly article or interpreting a historical manuscript, and how it can support language and translation studies, helping students analyze Spanish language and literature and maintain stylistic integrity in translations. These applications highlight AI's potential to support and expand humanities scholarship, making advanced textual and visual analysis more efficient and accessible to students and educators alike. Now let's turn it over to Victoria for the demonstration.
Hi everybody, my name is Victoria Pizzurro. This is my second video on the AI and the Humanities University of Delaware YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be diving into how to use Meta's Llama AI. I'm going to highlight the 3 different versions that are out right now, compare and contrast their characteristics, and then also give 2 specific use cases that you as an audience can use as well to take advantage of this wonderful AI source that's out there. So I'm going to start with a little bit of background. I'm going to do an intro to Meta, highlight the 3 versions, compare and contrast them. Then I'm going to show a little bit of hardware setup, so how to easily access Meta's AI using a mobile device, and then also a little bit harder access if you want more computing power, that you can download the AI source via GitHub, clone it to your local repository, or run it on a local platform like Hugging Face. That is easier, so you can run it locally and have that computing power be on your own computer. Next, I'm going to talk about the characteristics of version 3.2. This version is the version that I'm going to kind of endorse for any of the humanity aspects and applications. It has multimodal abilities, and I'm also going to highlight its strengths and weaknesses and why I think that this is the best version out right now. Then I'm going to demonstrate 2 specific use cases. One is going to be focused more on writing and fabrication, and the second is going to be more focused on language and translation, similar to something that you would see in a Spanish literature course. So starting with a little bit of background. Meta is an open source code AI, so this means that anyone that would like to access the code can access it, work on it, edit it, revise it, and overall develop it. And so Meta kind of focuses on the idea of that openness drives innovation. So this openness of the code makes it available so that the AI can constantly be changing and improving in any sort of way via the collaboration of everyone across the world that wants to help. So I think that's really cool about it. It's also implemented in many daily social applications, so such as WhatsApp, Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook. So these all have AI assistants. So I think it's Snapchat AI, Instagram is just a chat box. WhatsApp and Facebook is more for image generation and talking ideas, and kind of like you can bring it into the group chat by just doing like @Meta AI, and then it's available to anyone that would want to use it in a group chat. It also has multimodal abilities, so this version 3.2 specifically has the ability to interpret imagery, which we'll get onto later on in the video. So there's 3 different versions that are out right now. Version 3.1 came out around in July, so it has 3 versions, 8-byte, 70-byte, and the 405-byte. So obviously 8-byte and 70-byte are more lightweight models, and they're able to run mostly everywhere. And then the 405-byte version is basically if you want to do synthetic data generation and model distillation and just very high complexity computer programming, and also just like data generation and stuff like that. It takes a lot of computing power to be able to run that kind of device and to download it, but if you are able to, it's can do many incredible things. This is also the first Llama 3 point blank version that Meta released, so it's kind of like a breakthrough for the company. Then version 3.2, they released this, I think, a couple months later, maybe somewhere around September, October. It has 2 text-only models, 1 byte and 3 byte, that are very easily accessible on devices and can do the basic like summary and analysis tasks. 11 byte and 90 byte version, they are multimodal models, so they are more advanced than the lightweight models, and are what I would recommend for someone in the humanities that would want to use this AI. And these multimodal models exceed on image understanding tasks, which we'll discuss a little bit later how they are able to do that, but just like baseline version 3.2 is the multimodal version of 3.1, kind of like so that it can be able to compete with other multimodal AIs. Then version 3.3, they released this a couple weeks ago. It's only one 70-byte instruction tune model, so it uses the same prompt format as Llama 3.1, but it does approach or almost approaches the abilities of the high-performing 405-byte version that I had mentioned before. So this is a lower byte version, but it is able to perform the same way as the other one. Obviously, the smaller byte versions are easy to use, and since they do not require you downloading a lot, and they're also just more flexible in the way that you can use it on a mobile device or able to use it on a web browser. But also, obviously, the higher byte versions have increased computing power, so there's like a directly proportional relationship from ease of use and downloading to performance. But if you want that high performance, you probably know what you're doing and can very easily download whatever you need to download. So for the hardware setup, as I said, it's pretty easy to access a lot of Meta's AI. So on mobile devices, in-app assistance through Instagram, WhatsApp, Snapchat, whatever, very, very easy to use it. It's very easily integrated and able to find. You can also get the 1 byte and 3 byte versions of Llama's 3.2 via helper apps such as Pocket Pal Owl, and this is for iOS users. But then also I believe that Samsung and Android have a specific Meta app that's already integrated into their mobile devices. So you can just click on that application that's already there, click on the version that you would want to download or run, and then just use it from there. So very easy to access. On the web, on a web browser, you can literally just type in Meta AI. So I'm going to demonstrate how easy that is. You literally just go here and you type meta.ai, and there you have it. So I logged in with my Instagram account, so because it needs an account to link it and to remember the conversations that you have had. And this specific web browser doesn't have a specific Llama model that it runs off of. It's just like Meta's Llama 3. Like it's just Llama 3, no 3.1 or nothing like that. But it basically runs all of the same things. So if you don't want to download it, then this is a very easy way to use, like in class or for homework. It runs all the same kind of things. And then if you want a more serious version, you can download it via GitHub and clone it into your own repository. So this would be for those higher byte versions like 70-byte, 90-byte, even 405-byte if that's what you're looking for. You can also run it locally on a helper platform like Hugging Face. So I did that. You have to go here. They have Hugging Face is like a platform where you can download it and run it locally on your computer without having to like download it via the command line and Linux and all of that. So this is a much easier version for like someone like me that's not really like familiar with that. They have all the different Llama versions that you could need, like 3.1, 3.2, 70, 90-byte, everything like that. And you basically just have to create an account, have that account verified, and then wait for your access to be approved. And then once you have it approved, you can download it and run it on your computer. But it's a little bit more techy, so like we're just going to use this web browser for the specific use case because it does the same things. But if you were actually going to compete this or like have it be like for many papers, many whatever, like I would recommend doing this. And so some characteristics of version 3.2 that I would recommend for people trying to use AI in the humanities. Just a little bit about like the technicality points of version 3.2. Like I said before, it's built on top of Llama 3.1's logic, which is a text-only model, which is an autoregressive language model that uses an optimized transformer architecture. So that's basically like how it is built and created, and that's like what Meta's AI is based on. And then Llama 3.2, to support image recognition tasks, it uses a separately trained vision adapter that is integrated with the 3.1 language model. So it's just Llama 3.1 plus this adapter. And this adapter consists of a series of cross-attention layers that feed image encoder representation into the core LLM of Meta's AI logic. So basically, version 3.2 is version 3.1 plus an adapter that is able to comprehend and analyze imagery. Some abilities, obviously, like I just said, it has multimodal abilities due to its image perceptiveness. So it's obviously able to interpret imagery, graphs, and stuff like that. Like one of its main strengths is that it can have image comprehension and generation, document level understanding, including charts, graphs, and captioning of images. So this means that the AI, if you feed it like an article that has a graph or something, or like an image that goes along with a story, it's able to comprehend and understand the image in the context of that piece of literature or article or something like that. It's also really good at summarization, instruction following, rewriting tasks, and also has very good multilingual abilities. So translation between different languages, it keeps the phrases and just the kind of culture of the text, it keeps it together. And it's also very good at being able to analyze and comprehend just as well in English as in many other languages, including Spanish and French and stuff like that. Main weakness is probably that it has limited functionality when you think of it in a broader perspective. So as an AI, I feel like AI should be able to function in many more ways than just kind of being able to summarize and analyze articles and stuff. Like it should be less task oriented and more towards just in general being able to comprehend multiple different levels and multiple different inputs and stuff like that, where I feel like Meta's AI kind of lacks in that. So for the specific use case number 1, we are going to be talking a little bit more about writing. So I'm going to have the Meta AI create an outline for an essay, maybe something historical. I'm going to feed it a couple of articles that it's going to summarize and also demonstrate its multimodal abilities. So I decided on asking Meta AI to make me an essay outline for an essay for a history class on the Boston Massacre. So right here I just have this prompt of I need to write an essay for my history class on the Boston Massacre. Make me an outline for this essay. So this is just going to be basic outline. So here we have a generated essay outline, so with an introduction, a little bit of background, the different paragraphs that can be used with an intro conclusion, 3 body paragraphs as like a prescribed essay would be, or also some possible additional points to consider and all of this. So then I'm going to ask what potential sources or information could I use for this essay? And here it's giving me primary sources, secondary sources, and other sources that could help with this, even giving links to places where I could pull information from. So these two demonstrate the basic functionality of make me an outline, what are some potential sources of information I could use for the essay, and then now I'm going to demonstrate its summarization and multimodal abilities. So I have here this article about the Boston Massacre, which is something that I found on the internet, and it also has an image, so a couple images actually, so we're going to see how that gets inputted into here. I don't think the images are in here, so let me just copy and paste them. So you might have to do that. You might have to copy and paste these images. It's downloading. Let's put that one in there, and let's put this one in there too. And then let's get a picture of the Boston Massacre. Oh, we'll do that after. Let's upload this. So here's a breakdown of the text. So this is sources. So I'm going to say, can you analyze this picture? And then so here it is, analyzing the picture of this, well, back in the day it was like more of a political cartoon because it depicted the soldiers like killing them and stuff. So it says here that the picture shows this moment, so it knows what the picture is, obviously, and it gives historical context for the essay and stuff like that. So it's able to comprehend large amounts of text along with imagery. And yeah, so this would be a really great tool really for any kind of essay or any kind of thing where you would need something to analyze a large piece of text, maybe with charts, with graphs, or with images with captioning that's in the middle of that piece of literature. And yeah, it's just a really great tool, and its main components and characteristics are that it is able to summarize and create these analyses. Specific use case number 2 now is going to be more about language and translation. So I'm going to have it analyze a literature piece in a foreign language, translate those notes, summary, plot, and analysis into English so that we can see that it could be used in a language class to be able to understand a piece better if it's a lower level class and it's hard literature. And then I'm also going to translate a composition from Spanish to English to demonstrate how the structure of the words, Meta's AI is able to recognize how the words are, translate them into phrases that make sense in the other language, and kind of keep the core part of the literature the same, even while translating. Use case number 2, I'm going to be using the short story Las Medias Rojas as the Spanish literature piece that is going to be analyzed. So I just searched up Las Medias Rojas by Emilio Pardo Bazán. This is one of the literature pieces that I had to interpret and when I took Span 201 at University of Delaware. So I'm just going to demonstrate how this could be analyzed. So I'm just going to have the entire copy and paste it into AI, and I'm going to say at the top, analyze the following poem. So this analysis consists of a plot summary, the different themes, symbolism, style and structure, and just a conclusion about what it is about. It gives the 2 most important symbols of the short story and gives the main themes. I'm also going to ask it to translate it into English. And from this we can see that the cultural and also just the phrases used in Medias Rojas is still intact in its English translation. So when it says like, when the young girl entered, engrossed in the task, like it still uses the same phrases and words, but it just translated contextually instead of just word by word like in Google Translate or something like that. So yeah. This is just another way that Meta AI can be used specifically for language classes. It can be used to translate this. I can even ask it to create a similar story based on this. Here, the golden earrings. Create a similar story based off of it with dialogue and everything. So, yeah. This is really good for literature classes, for any kind of piece, like an article or anything like that, that needs to be translated from a different language. It's really good for comprehension if you're learning a new language, especially if this is old Spanish or old ways of using the words that aren't really taught very much. So yeah. And with that, this video comes to an end. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and to continue to follow this channel to learn more about different AI sources from my fellow interns. All right, thank you so much.
As we've seen, Meta's Llama 3.2 offers a lightweight yet powerful AI model that can support a variety of humanities applications, from text analysis and research assistance to multimodal interpretation and language learning. Unlike larger, high-compute models, Llama 3.2 is accessible and can be run locally, giving humanities scholars more control over their AI tools without relying on cloud-based proprietary systems if they choose. For students, tools like Llama 3.2 can be incredibly useful for generating outlines, summarizing complex readings, and assisting with translations. But it's important to work closely with their professors to ensure that AI use aligns with academic integrity guidelines and course learning outcomes. AI can be a valuable tool for learning and improving our writing, but it cannot replace our own critical insights and analytical thinking, which are at the heart of humanities education. This is a huge step forward for AI in the humanities, allowing researchers, educators, and students to engage with AI in a way that complements human creativity and critical inquiry. By integrating AI thoughtfully, we can enhance scholarly work without compromising interpretation, nuance, or ethical considerations. Thank you to Victoria for today's deep dive into Llama 3.2. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell so you don't miss out on the latest ways that AI is shaping humanities research and education. What AI tools are you experimenting with in your work? Let us know in the comments. See you next time in AI for the Humanities.
Late night book stacked papers do bring pride, but hey, Llama 3.2, not just a chatbot, nah, it's got some class, summarizing barges in a second flat. Llama knows, Llama sees, hanging out, but it won't think for me. Words take flight, ideas grow, AI can guide, but it won't steal the show. Multimodal magic, text and sight, break down a manuscript, get the colors right. Need a translation, it's got your back, but keep your style, don't let it go steal the show. Multimodal magic, text and sight, break down a manuscript, get the colors right. Need a translation, it's got your back, but keep your style, don't let it go slack. Down back to focals, process, use it wisely, keep it real. AI's a tool, but you hold the wheel. No shortcuts, no easy pass. Llama assists, but you make it last. Fine, Llama knows, Llama sees, but thinking is still up to me. Analyze, question, rewrite, refine. AI and human, where we draw the line. Try it with insight, make it bold. Let AI assist, but don't let it mold your voice, your thoughts, your way. Llama helps, but you make it stay.